happy place. Beauty's all around us. We're all so happy fake. Oh God! It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Suckers. Fuck the listener. Fuck the listener. This is a happy town. This is a happy place. Sleigh bells ring here. We're all so happy fake. This is a happy town. This is a happy place.
Okay, testing.
Beauty's all
Hopefully this
around.
microphone is working.
We're all so happy
Check,
fake.
check.
Oh God! It's the
Hello,
happiest
hello,
day.
hello.
Everything is
Is
alright.
anybody
It's
out
the
there?
happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day.
Anyway, this
Everything
is for
alright.
night.
Happiest
I'm
day.
going to be streaming this.
It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright.
Oh, it
The
does say that
happiest
I'm
day.
okay. One watching. Okay. Galvin Knight. Good. Can you hear me?
Fuck the listener. Fuck the listener.
Hi. Hello. Welcome in. For some reason my camera is not working, so I'm going to, you won't be able to see me or my VTuber, but you will be able to see hopefully my
This
screen.
is a happy town.
Okay.
This is a happy place.
Everything can be hopefully seen
Bells ring
fine.
here.
I
We're all
believe
so
it's
happy
not
for you.
this. I
This
think
is
it's
a
because
happy
my camera is
town.
not hooked up, so I have
This
to
is a
change.
happy place.
Yes, you can hear me? Oh, how wonderful.
Beauty's all
Okay.
around us. We're all so happy fake. Oh God! It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day.
Okay. Can you see my screen, okay?
Everything is
If you
alright.
can, let me know by liking
Everybody's
this
coming. It's the
video.
happiest day. Everything
Okay,
is alright.
let's try this. Alright, whoops. We're not gonna show me because my thing is not working. Hello, Galaxy King. Welcome in. How are you doing? Okay, we're going to show VRoid Studio. And let me know if you can see my screen. We're gonna hide this. Oh, there we go. Okay, Galvin, can you see this? We put all of this down here. We don't need any of this. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to basically open up your VRoid Studio, and it's just gonna click here, Create New. Do you see that there? Yeah, you can see it? Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Hello, Vovno. Welcome. Okay. So once you can press create new, you're gonna decide if you want it to be a boy avatar or a girl avatar. For now, obviously, you don't have to have a specific sex, but just for starting with this program, you'll pick between a boy or girl girl avatar. Okay, so we'll just say whatever it is that you want to choose. I'll choose what you choose, so type it in the chat so that I can see it, and then I will make that one also. Okay. Let's see what you got here. Okay, are you choosing boy or girl? So we'll be here, femme, mask. Whichever you want is fine for now, since we're just starting and you're just getting the hang of this program. You're going to just go with whatever feels most comfortable to you. Okay. And Galvin, what did you choose? Boy, girl, anything? I'm doing good, Galaxy King. Good to see you. I happen to want to create a boy, so I'm going to choose masculine, but you guys can choose whatever you want. As you can see here, I have some girl avatars, some boy avatars. I have a bunch of avatars. This is definitely something that I love to do, so yeah. But you guys can choose whatever you like. Hello, welcome in, Lonnie. How are you? McLovin, I love the last name. Good to see you. Okay, you're just in time to create a step-by-step VTuber. So to do that, we first start with creating a model which will become our VTuber. In the first steps, all you need to do... Oh, can you guys hear me? My sound went out. Oh, I cannot hear myself. Something happened. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. In your first steps, all you need to do... You're doing well? Good, I'm glad to hear it. Galvin is going with masculine. Okay, Galvin, so if you're gonna go with masculine, then you would just choose this one. And there's going to be one that comes up. I highly recommend for this new style to start out on your avatar with some of the base items, and then I will teach you, if you guys want to learn, how to customize even the base items. I love the little smiley face, Lonnie McLovin. So Galvin, do you see here what I have? This is the masculine features. But obviously we can make him more masculine by manipulating these. If you need me to speak slower because English is not your first language, that's fine. Please just let me know, okay? So for him, we're gonna go with this type of look because these eyes, I think, are very nice, but they're also kind of expressive. And for his eyebrows, here, if you scroll up and down with your mouse wheel, you can change the position and the shapes of the eyebrows. So, as you can see here, when I'm sliding, I can make the eyebrows in any direction. Here we can put them in or out, up or down, farther or closer. You see that there, Galvin? So we're gonna put his down here. okay? And we're not gonna tilt them. We're actually gonna go almost straight with them. Okay, you see what I'm doing there? Good. Very nice. Okay, you can understand. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, he already has a skin here. You don't necessarily have to use this skin, but depending on if you're making a 2D looking VTuber or you want to have a 3D looking VTuber, they both tend to have different ways of the skin looking. Not so much the clothes, but definitely the skin looks different on a 2D VTuber versus a 3D VTuber. Does that make sense? If it does, like I said, please like this video. And I'm going to show you how you can change the actual textures of the skin and pretty much of anything else, of the clothes, of any accessories if you wanted to add some in the future, like glasses and things. It's always good when you're starting out with your VTuber to have yes, 2D is known as more anime-like, and 3D is known more in circles like VRChat and certain famous VTuber models in Unreal Engine games, as well as most games are 3D, not 2D. The 2D ones look more anime like. And I can show you an example of both of them. We'll go back to this. I want to remember it's these eyes. I don't want to forget. So just as an example, for instance, this one looks more like a 2D avatar, but this one is a full 3D avatar. And you can see little nuances, little differences. This one looks like a 2D avatar, and this one, let's see, which one do I have as an? This one is also like a 3D avatar. These two, this one is a 3D avatar. Many of them, even 2D or 3D, whatever you like, it's still going to look wonderful. The only thing is what you personally want it to look like. And you can choose to have both. I've actually made a video on this for those of you who know my channel. I made a video specifically about this. You also want to know how to do clothes? I can teach you that as well. I think that's kind of become my specialty. But I will put it in the chat for you guys. This video is a teaching of how to make your 3D VTuber look like a 2D VTuber. So I do have a video on that which you can watch, but I will also happily teach you guys here as well. Hello Luz, good to see you. Can you hear me? Do I sound okay? You just came in at the right time. I'm showing our friends how to create a VTuber. A humanoid VTuber at this time. We're not using animals yet, but that is a later study as well, and that is totally able to be done in this program as well. So, for example, we'll just take this one, and as I said, with the skin, with the eyes, pretty much any part of them, you can customize the textures, and I'll show you where. So if you highlight your mouse on these, you'll see that it says irises, mouth, right, eyelashes. These are all of the parts of our special avatar. So what we're going to do with him is we're going to change his eyes. Now, to do that, we have two ways to do that. VRoid now has many presets, which it originally did not have, but does give them in this version, which I really like these ones, right? And then what you can do to change the color is go here to edit texture. When you go here, I highly recommend using something like PixArt or using something like Ibis Paint, or even an online Photopea, which is free, and you can export the texture so that you can do things much more in sort of a professional way. And what I mean by that is VRoid, when you're drawing in this program, it's very difficult. As you could see, I'm drawing, right? Whatever I draw here, he's gonna have down there. So if I want these to be like this, let's say, they could be, but I don't like this, and I don't ever draw inside here. So what I'm gonna teach you how to do, let me make sure you can see my Explorer window as well. 1 second. I'm going to teach you guys how to export from here so that you don't have to do it in VRoid as well. Okay, we're going to make this smaller just a little bit. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. Okay, and then here's the File Explorer. This is what we want, okay? Because what we're gonna do, loving your model's good looks. Oh, thank you so much. Hopefully Galvin is going to enjoy changing his model, which is why we're doing this. We're going to teach him how to change the models around. So the first step is to right click under the texture layer and say export. Why? We want to export this so that we can manipulate this in another program that's easier to use and also allows us to keep a steady hand. Anybody who has heard of things like Photoshop or, as I said, Ibis Paint or Clip Paint Pro, there's a lot of different types of imaging programs, which all of them have a different learning curve, but all of those will help you to be able to export these into a method that's easier for you to manipulate. Does that make sense? If I'm talking too fast, let me know. You're gonna eat something? Okay, take your time. Magical File Explorer? Yes. Can you guys see it? I hope you can. So when we press export, it's gonna take us right to our computer. Normally, I like to save things on the desktop, and I'll just name this Iris, right? Because this particular PNG file that's being exported is for the iris of our anime character. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say save, and then we can go to the File Explorer and find our file easily, which is a group of little eyes, and there it is. Do you guys see it there? It should look like this once you guys get to it as well. You'll see it on your desktop if that's where you saved it. If you save it in something like downloads, then it might be there. Okay, I'll wait if you need to open it up. And for those of you who don't have something like Photoshop or PixArt or whatever, and you want something free, I'm gonna link it to you guys, what I was using before I got Photoshop to make all my awesome clothes and things for my VTuber, and it's called Photopea. It is almost exactly like Photoshop. And it is free. You don't have to pay for it. So what you'll do here is, like I said, whatever program you have. I'm going to open this in Photoshop, but you guys don't necessarily have to use that specifically. But I'll say open in Photoshop, and then I'll share my Photoshop window with you guys. Game application, where is window capture? Photoshop. Okay, it's gonna take a second to start up or whatever, but hopefully you can see it here. Let me know if I need to move my little coffee cup out of the way. Okay. How are we doing so far? Pretty easy, right? I have actually already saved ones, so once you do edit it however you want, you can save it and then use it on any model you want to in the future. But for now, we'll just open this up. And basically the instructions that I'm going to give you, it works the same way on Photopea. So we're going to show the Photoshop window. Let me make this one a little bit smaller. Okay, and let me know if you guys cannot see or if there's anything you can't hear or whatever, if I'm going too fast. Okay, then we're going to, you're welcome, Galvin. I'm glad that you're learning from this. Yeah, sometimes, you know, people cannot always take the time to teach us, but I happen to love teaching. So if this helps you, then that makes me very happy. Okay, we're going to go here now. Oops. We're going to open Photoshop. Okay. Alright, and as you can see, it's the same eyes. It's the exact same eyes. So all we're gonna do, same as with on Photopea, is click on the little plus to add a layer. And with this, we can change the color of the eyes much easier than using this, because this is just a very strong brush and it could get anywhere. We can move around and make a mistake, so we don't want to use VRoid for this. Even the creators in VRoid, I found out, this is a secret for you guys, even the creators in VRoid don't use VRoid to create the textures. So we're not going to do that either, right? We're going to try to be as professional having it look as we can. So once we have added a layer here, we're going to go to the color, which it's very small down here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we basically will choose the color from there, or actually it will even let us choose it here. And we can say, what color eyes are you going to want, Galvin? I noticed on Instagram that you had, I think, bluish eyes. Is that correct? We can try to make a bluish eyes like the ones you have on Instagram, simply by changing this. Once this is here, it will be, oops, hey, what the heck? Okay, it's gonna be changing here. Okay, and then we're going to say fill with the foreground color, or we could just pick a color. Okay, let me know, as I said, if I'm going too fast. And see here, it completely gets covered. Yes, blue. Okay. It can be darker or lighter depending on whatever you need. But we'll go with this blue for now, yeah? So we're not gonna keep it this color. There is a shortcut. If you press the Alt button on your keyboard, those of you who are using Mac, I think it's Command Alt. If you press Alt and then you just slightly hover here where the layer ends and the other layer begins, you'll see it turns into this little thing in Photopea. All you have to do is click one time, and it has now changed the irises to this bluish color. Okay. From here, we're just going to go to color. Down here, I'll go slow because you can have a bunch of other colors if we want green. Look at this pretty ass green. I love this green. We could use this green also. If we wanted a brown with the blue dots, we can. If we want a pastel blue, we can. But for now, let's just keep it simple and go with the blue that we selected. Okay, how are you moving so far? You got this part? Let me know and hit a like if you are able to follow along with this video, or if you want me to go slower, that's fine. Do you want me to do that step again? Let me drink some coffee here. Little ASMR for you guys. Okay. So, once we have our color, all we have to do is go to here and say export as PNG. Why? Because VRoid Studio uses a file association called .png. It is a high quality image file. So we click on quick export it as PNG, which we can also use in Photopea. You can also export as PNG in almost any imaging program. And then all we do is look for those brown eyes that we had saved on the desktop. Ooh, I have a Roblox outfit that I still need to work on that reminds me. Okay, this one, right here, and then we just say save. Do we want to replace it? Yes, we do. We replace, and then we'll go back to VRoid. Let me make sure that you guys can see this. Okay, it's just over here at the top. Make this a little teensy weensy smaller. Yes, please, again. Okay, pretty. You like that color? Oh, Lonnie, thank you so much for following me. I appreciate that. I can't wait to get to know you. Okay, Gavin. So now what we do is in Photoshop, once we have added this color, which is the edit fill command, it will become this. And then when we first see it, it's going to look like this. But what we're gonna do is just hover the mouse a little bit over here in the middle of these two and press the Alt key, which will give us what's called a clipping mask. Then we're gonna go to this part here where it says normal, and we're gonna change it to color, meaning we want you to give this the color that we chose to fill. So the program does that, and then we export as PNG. It can say quick export, sometimes it just says export as, but basically we're exporting as PNG no matter what we're using, right? And then we're gonna save it where we originally saved, which was on the desktop. Okay. Let me know where you are up to that step. Then we can go into VRoid Studio and just add our new eyes by instead of exporting, which is what we first did, we add a layer and we import. We add a layer by clicking this plus. Then we right click and import. And we just find our special eyes right on our desktop. And come on, V. Where did you put the little eyes? Okay, and the eyes are right there. As you can see, he's looking amazing. He already has these beautiful eyes. Good. You see, you're learning. All you needed was somebody to take their time with you, right? That's why I'm making this stream, because I feel like a lot of times people can get it and do it themselves instead of pay someone else, especially when we need to save money or our parents don't give us an allowance or whatever and we want to do it ourselves. We totally can. So then once you have the new eyes, all you have to do is import them, as I said, find them on the desktop, wherever we saved. And where did I save them? Okay, I saved them here. See them under Grand Theft Auto 5? Right there. And I just import them. Whoops. Oh, you guys don't see that. That's a shame. Okay, let me change this so you guys can see the display. Right? You got it now? Okay. So now all you have to do once it's imported is just click the X. If you're finished with the irises and you're not making any other changes to all of these ones. And for right now, we're not going to, but we will maybe make a change to the skin, because I want to show you guys how to add face tattoos, how to add other skins and things like that. Thank you so much, T Young. I did stop for a while. Welcome, Alec. Hi. I stopped because I had a flood and I didn't have my computer. I didn't have a microphone. I lost my whole setup and everything. But well, you guys can thank Galvin, because actually he messaged me on Instagram and wanted to know how to make a VTuber. So since I got my microphone back last night, I said, you know what? I'll stream it and you can learn with me step by step. And here we are. How are you guys doing? Okay, Galvin. So from here, if we wanted to change, let's say, the skin and add a different skin, we can do that the same way we did with the iris. We'll add a layer by clicking the little plus. We'll import. I'm just gonna import whatever skin so you can see it for right now, but you'll be able to do this for pretty much any of the ones that you're wanting to import. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my downloads just to get whatever skin I can for right now. Maybe we'll use something funny to make you guys giggle, like this strange little flower skin, just to show you that you can do anything that you want. So I say import, I find it, and then I have clicked import, and now look, he has flower tattoos on his face. I'm not saying you guys can have to do this, but I'm just showing you that you can really do anything. Nothing is limited to you guys. So another thing that I suggest, and I do have to add this, is you guys can download skins, especially different textures, 3D and 2D looking, from Booth. I personally do not make skins, but I'm happy to give you guys a bunch of creators that do make skins. Glad to hear it. I'm doing really well. I just graduated grad school and got engaged. That's amazing, T Young. So a lot of cool things are happening. That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. It looks like burns. It does. It is cool. So let me show you what else you could do. Let's say you did want to keep these, but you only wanted burns maybe on the side, right? What you could do is you could lower the opacity, make this bigger, and maybe you just lightly paint on the face, right? Maybe he got burned, but maybe he didn't get burned everywhere, right? Because when we get burned, as bad as it is, we don't get burned everywhere. Okay, I'm not saying let's use this for sure, but just to give you guys an example, you can create shadings for these. You can add textures from Booth, as I said. I will give you a link that I love from Booth, and it is from one of my videos, but the skin I highly recommend. And it is here. Let's see, where did I believe it is this, male skin, okay? This one is absolutely wonderful for adding to look like that 2D thing that Lonnie was talking about. If you wanted to add a 3D skin, we can do that too. There is also 3D skins that you can add. And actually, Alec, who's with us right now, possibly, he also makes 3D models using Unity, using Blender, as well as a little bit of VRoid. Yes, this is VRoid also, to answer your question, Alec. I apologize I didn't answer it earlier. Another thing too in that video that I linked to you guys is irises. If you didn't want to use these irises and you wanted to maybe have them be another color or even another shape, another size, another type of texture, you can also download those on Booth. Blender is hard, isn't it? Blender has a very crazy learning curve, but it is also one of those things that if you take time to learn it, you can actually do a lot with Blender that you cannot do with a lot of other programs. And because it's free, it's pretty much bar none. Like I would recommend learning it to anyone. Making a JoJo character, learning how to make shading and style. Oh, nice. Oh, that's great. A JoJo style character will be, that has really good illustration too. A manga? Oh, manga. Oh, yeah, so you're using cell shading. Yes, cell shading techniques. I think it's that. Cell shading. Oops. Sorry. So, you have to go back? Okay, so let's go back. All you have to do when you want to go back is press Control and Z, and it will undo the things that you did, right? So just keep pressing it, Galvin. Okay, it's Control plus the Z button. Okay, from here, as you can see, I literally did it. I Control Z all the way to even we lost the layer. So we can add another skin if we want to, or we can paint on this one. Whatever we end up doing is fine. What I do suggest though is usually with the nose and the mouth, it needs to be a little bit more prominent, unless you're using trying to do a 2D looking one, an anime character, then it doesn't need as much of a nose mouth part, because a lot of anime, they're pretty much missing the nose completely, and the mouth has no makeup or anything. It's just a line, which pretty much is what our guy has here. He just has a little line across his mouth. If you zoom in, you can see, and he has almost no nose. So if we wanted to, we can shade this in on the left hand side a little bit, make a little diamond just to darken this portion up. But for right now, let's not focus on that. For right now, we'll take it. Thank you. Okay. And you were able to go back? You can add one of the skins from the link that I gave you. All you have to do is put it in your downloads folder or your desktop or wherever you want. So then from there, let's say we're happy with him, we like the way he looks and everything, we can go to the next portion, which is closing this, and it asks us, close texture editor. What textures do we want to save as a new item? So if this is your first time, I highly recommend, Galvin, always to save as new item. Don't use overwrite until you've been using this program for a while. Saving as new item allows you to keep on having different looks and things like that, and be able to interchange them when you need to. So I suggest save new item. We're gonna say save new item, skin and irises, right? Because we worked on both. VRoid will take a long time, and then we end up saving. Once you do save, they're gonna go down here under custom items. See here, these were our presets. This is custom. And under here are pretty much all the eyes that you have saved. As you can see, I have saved a lot, and I have created a lot of my own. But that is a little bit later on. Once you get better with the program, you'll be able to start creating ones on your own as well. But for now, recoloring and retexturing is the way to go. Hi, what's up, V? Hey, Raiden, what's up? Good to see you. Long time no see. How are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna, go through these, and as you can see, when I click on them, these are eyes that I've created. It changes them immediately. This one just has little lines, right? Because a lot of anime, it's just a flat color. These ones are more 3D. But you can really have anything you want, to be honest. You can make anything you want. Don't let people tell you, oh, only 2D or only look one specific way, because you should love and like the avatar that you create. You're doing great. I hope you're doing great. I wasn't for a while, but I am now. I definitely am trying to build my momentum back and start creating more, as much as I can. Hopefully making videos again soon too, and maybe some more tutorials. VRoid and how to make more clothes and things. But you just came in the how to create a VTuber part. How is it going with you, Redden, and your VTuber? So you guys might recognize these from my Virtue page. These are my eyes that I use on my female model. If I wanted to make a male and female model for my VTuber, I would probably use this. He'll be named V, and she's named V as well. But for the sake of Galvin, we're going with this blue, or even this blue is nice as well, but this is a very good color for that. So from here, if you guys are liking this, please feel free to like, and if you're watching and you have not yet subscribed and you think you might be interested in watching videos by me teaching and a bunch of other things, no longer doing gaming on this channel. I'll be streaming gaming on my new gaming channel. So this channel will be strictly for teaching, lifetime stuff, lifestyle things, and VRoid related VTuber things. So from here, we're gonna go to hairstyle. And this will allow us to use hairstyles that are already inside here. So what we can do, if you press shift and you hold down your left mouse button, you can move yourself around. Do you see that, Calvin? We're gonna go and look for some front hair for him. This can be modified. I do like this, but it's a little on the shaggy side. Let's try this. Okay. Now, how are you doing so far, Calvin? Glad you're better. I haven't used VRoid or my VTuber models in ages. Probably get back and it's probably not going to VTube. We'll see. Well, you know, it's a choice for each person, Red, and I think whether you do VTube or you don't VTube, if you end up getting back into streaming, everyone will just be happy to see you, you know. It's not really going to matter if you're a VTuber, you know, or you're a flesh tuber. Whatever you're enjoying and you love to do, that's the thing that people are gonna, I think, love to see. Okay, so here we're going to choose his back hair, although I do like this back hair, but we're gonna go with something crazy like this. Now, he has brown hair. So if we wanted to change this, Gavin, was yours blue hair, if I'm not mistaken? I think it was, but I'm not in Instagram right now. I think you had... Yeah, I don't remember, Gavin, if it was blue or not, but I think it was. So let's assume we did want him to have blue hair. All we would have to do is go here to edit hairstyle and look at this. All of these are pieces of this hair. If we press shift and we hold down the left mouse button, we can move him around and click. Each one of these hairs, it shows us what it is and where the hair is. If we add another texture here where it says edit texture, if you click this, it will come down and then you'll see edit texture. If we want to add another texture, we would have to click on this hair, or when we click on it, we can find out what hair group it is. In this case, it's this. Even though this is in Japanese, it is easy to understand that this is part of this. Can you see that? So if we wanted to change this, all we would do is we could go to edit texture, or even we could change it if we liked this hair texture. We can change it right here by choosing. Do you see that, Galvin? Yes, blue? Okay. Raiden says LMAO, I hope so. But I gotta go again. Yes, please DM me on Discord if you want to. I'd love to hear from you. It's been a long time since we talked on there. I was away from Discord for a while too. So what we're gonna do, because I'm gonna teach you how to customize, is we're gonna go to edit texture. We're not gonna change the hair color here. When we do this, we have this, which is almost exactly the same as what we did with the eyes. So we're gonna export this We're gonna save it on the desktop as hair texture, right? Or you can name it, you know, whatever is easy for you to remember. I'm gonna just call it hair so we can come up with it easily. And now it will be on the desktop. So when we open it, all we have to do is right click, open with whatever our program is. In my case, it's Photoshop. Can you guys see that it changed up there? Pink? Okay. Let's say if we wanted pink. Let me open this more. Okay. Can you guys see hopefully a little bit more clearly with what I'm doing here in Photoshop? Oh, we don't want that one. Okay. So if we wanted this to be pink in Photoshop or any other program, all we would have to do is change the color here to pink. So we will try first to add a layer. We'll find a pink that we like. This is a nice masculine pink, which I love. So we're going to use this. And we're going to say 98% transparency, opacity, because we want to keep the semblance of the color underneath just in case we don't like the pink. So we're going to say choose foreground color, unless that's going to be black, and then we'll undo if it is. Okay, it isn't. And now we don't hover and do the little clipping mask. We actually just leave it like this. I'll name it to be pink because I like to be organized. You got these steps so far? Then we're gonna see what kind of pinks we can find. This one is actually nice for the eyes, but this one might be okay. So this is basically a choice of what color do we like, right? For me personally, I like this for him, but this is also nice. This is like a Lord Athelstan color that he uses right now. This one is a, what is this? Oh, this is a nice green too. Okay. This is making me want to save colors, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to stay focused. So let's say we ended up using this. We would do all the same process, which is export as PNG. And we're going to just find our hair that was brown, override it by saving. Do you want to replace it? Yes, we do. And now all we do is add a layer and import in VRoid Studio. Let me make this smaller so you guys can see. Okay, we're gonna say import. We find our hair, right? And voila, he has a gorgeous locks of pink, but not too pink, and not too dark, not too light, pink hair. Did you see that, Galvin? Have you tried that on yours? Let me know what level you're starting up to right now. If you're still in the photo part, if you're in the importing part, what part are you in on this one? Okay, now what we're gonna do, pink hair with green eyes. Yeah, it looks nice, huh? I'm definitely liking it. But I see something that I want to change. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save this because we want to keep pretty much all of this. And we're gonna come out of this and we're gonna select just that one hair that's right there. So I'm gonna press shift to move him down with my mouse. And this color, oh my gosh, this one's tough. Ah, we cannot get this little baby hair. Oh sheesh, what hair is this? Okay, it's these ones. Let's remove that for now. Ah, again. So as I'm selecting, see, it tells me what hair it is. And we're gonna secretly hide that so we can pick this one. Do you see, guys? When I'm scrolling around, it will show me what hair group it is. Oh my goodness. This one. Do you see that, Calvin? Hide this. Okay, this one. Okay, so if we... Oh, for fuck's sake, where is this one? Okay, let's say it was this one. Because for some reason it is not letting me select this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use these hairs to cover this other hair. And if I'm able to select it, I will be able to show you guys. Let's see where these are. Oh, maybe it's this. Oh my goodness. This is not something that has happened to me ever. So I'm a little confused. All of these are back hairs. Notice I'm clicking on this little eye. Do you see that, Calvin? To hide the hair, I'm clicking on the eye. You can hide the hair in the back while you're working on the front. And if you want to see it all over again, all you have to do is unclick it so that you can see all of the hairs. This one, and so on and so forth. I'm going to have to fix this after I show it to you. But what you would do is you'll basically find the hair that you want to change. Let's say it was this. It's this that I'm going to change. But if it was this, under materials, you'll see the one that you had as edit texture. So if you're having it selected and you click on this, it's going to become the pink that you had. Once you save this texture, and we're going to save the front and the back. Oh, that's why it wasn't. Oh, silly V. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this hair right here and just change the direction so that it hides that. You see that? This way, this other hair is not showing. I mean, it still looks cute, but he doesn't look like he has, you know, a bald spot in there. This maybe down a little bit. And all you have to do is be on this one, which is called control point. Do you see that, Galvin? Or is that a little bit too confusing? And then this one. Oh, we're going to make this one a little bit more on that side. And we're going to take this one. There, it looks way better now than it did before. Okay, so this is front and this is back. And when we're gonna close it, in order to save this, we're going to save as new item. Remember I was telling you that before? This applies for the eyes as well as the hair, as well as the clothing, whatever we're working on. So we're going to save as new item. And VRoid is going to take a little while, sometimes a little longer or shorter. And then we have it there. And here it is, back, right? So from here, he will probably need, whoop. I didn't know that we hit the other part. Let's fix that. Go to the back. Go here. Okay. There we go. He lost a little bit of his hair, but he got it back. So we're going to save as new item. In this one, as you can see, we didn't have to save it only as front and back. We can also save it as back because the only thing we worked on was the back, if that makes sense. Now, what we're going to do is move on to the body. This is a very fun part. A lot of people like my VTuber that has tattoos. You don't have to have tattoos, but if you wanted them or you wanted to play around with putting things on the body, this is where that works. The first time is confusing. I will admit it is. But that's why I wanted to do this stream for you, because when you do it with somebody else and you get to make mistakes, you can also ask questions about what you might make mistakes on. Yeah, that's good. I see you got it. Okay, so now we're moving on to the body. This is pretty much everything that is underneath his shirt and pants. So what we're going to do really quick is remove those. I'm going to go to outfit to take them off. If I'm on presets, I'm just going to click on this blank so that he's not wearing anything. Okay, now he's naked. Well, he's not naked, but he's semi. If we wanted to give him abs or something, depending on what we wanted to put on his body, or if we wanted him to have a tank top, let's say, this is the place where all of that happens. So maybe we do want him to have a tank top, and we can give him one. He can wear something like this. Oh, we gotta go to here, custom first. Oh, here's, oh no, these are girl bodies with boobies. He could technically have boobies too, but we're going to do something here because I'm gonna show you how to get rid of this. Do you see he has under here, it's brown? We can actually change that in the body. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to edit texture, and down here, this little section right here is where we can change the color of his scalp. So we're gonna grab some color from here by pressing the Alt button. Let's do from here because that's the root of the hair. And all we're gonna do is just click on mirror up here, which means the same thing you do to the left side, do to the right side. And we're just gonna draw in here. And we're gonna make it pink. Does it have to look neat? It doesn't have to look whatever because it's gonna be pretty much hidden. And another little section is right here. This will have it be pink underneath. Whoops, that's a little too pink. We did a little too much pink there. Okay, let's draw a tiny bit here. And now we're going to take this same color. We're going to save this skin as a new item. Are you following along with me here, Galvin? And then save as new item. It's going to take forever and go into not responding. I don't know why it says that. Then here we're going to go to base hair. And where it says edit texture, we can make it into this color, or we can remove it, which will give us this base hair. You see? So in this, what we're going to do is we're not going to remove it. We're going to let it stay there because we like the shape. But we're going to keep the color that we were originally using, which is up here, using Alt. And we're just going to color it in here. Oops. I'm putting mirror because that way it is done faster. And as you get better, you'll be able to, you know, add additional colors and things. Pretty much do any kind of scalps you want to. I don't know if you guys have seen my shaved heads, but that was done here as well. So now he has hair that is matching almost entirely his hair. So he's looking good now. We're going to save that as a new item. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so we're going to go back to the body and fix it up a teeny weeny bit. Edit texture. And in here, we're just going to draw, you know, giving him a nice shape and things. Erasing this, right? Because we don't want too much of this. We want it to be just enough. Oops. Yeah, much better. Now we just close it and save as new item. You see that there, Galvin? This part is difficult? Okay. What is it that you feel you're having the most trouble with on this part, where I can help you? The drawing part? If it is the drawing part, as I said, what you can do is you don't have to draw it in here. You can actually draw it in your imaging program, like Photopea or PixArt or Ibis Paint, Clip Studio Paint. There's so many different programs, imaging ones, where you can manipulate these textures. You don't necessarily have to use it on this one. Does that make sense? Let's see if we can give him a tattoo. I don't think I saved any tattoos recently because because I've been working mostly only on girls. Okay. This is good that we're doing this because this gives me a chance to work on the boy body. And let me take off this because I hate this rim light thing. Let's increase the outline and go back to the body. Okay, while I'm waiting for you, Galvin, do you have any questions on this particular part? Or you feel like you've got a little bit of a hang of it? Okay, we're going to export this skin, and what we're gonna do with this skin is save and export custom item. No, we don't want it to be a custom item. We want to export this skin to create on. So we're gonna call this skin. It seems hard at first, Calvin, but I promise you that it will get easier. It really does. Okay, now I'm putting it into Photoshop here. I can continue? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, let's say hypothetically we want to add a tattoo to him. And we want that tattoo to be, I don't know what we could, whatever we could think of for a tattoo for him. Let's have it be little lightning bolts, let's say. This is again just to show you what's possible. All you have to do is add the little lightning bolts in a transparent file to his body. Do you see what I'm doing there? Okay, yes, sometimes that's all we need. Yeah, if you just need to see the live, that's totally cool. I'm happy to show this to you. Okay, so let's say we wanted him to have these little lightning bolts. All we have to do is add that file to the body and then import that new body onto the model. So let's say he wants this lightning bolts to be on his neck, maybe. Right? Let's copy this and give it some kind of creative flair, just for giggles. We don't know how this is gonna look, but we're just gonna try it and see. Some of it can be like a trial and error, and this is definitely one of those parts. Okay, so let's just test this out on where his neck is. So we're gonna move this a little bit down, right? And we're gonna also put one on his hand, let's say. Somewhere on his hand. These are hands. You won't know that immediately, but that's why I'm telling you. This little section right here is the top of the hand. So we're gonna try this and see how it looks. It may look terrible, but we're gonna try it anyway. Export as PNG. We're gonna save it as the skin. And now all we have to do is make sure that this layer is above this one. So we're gonna go to this one and press plus. And it came up here, so we're just gonna move it down and import the new skin. Okay. And then booyah! He has a tattoo. And also his hand has one as well. Does it have to be the same? No, we could have any kind we want. He could have a giant snake on the back of him or whatever. He could have scales if you're creating a snake type of VTuber, whatever it is. Do you know if you can use a VTuber file for VR? Yes, you can. And actually, all that is the VTuber file. I'm going to save this just so we can come back to it, but I'll show you real quick, loose. Save as new item. Here, Galvin. Once this one is saved like this, all you have to do to put it for VRChat is export as VRM. I'll show you guys if I can, if we get past the clothes and the looks and things, I can show you guys how to do that. But this exporting as VRM is the way to get your model, your VTuber model, no matter what type of VTuber model you create. This is the way to get them into VRChat. And then once you have created them, you can pretty much use them in your game, in your video games. You can import your VTuber into your own video game. I also made a video on how to do that as well. I will link it to you guys. Let me see if I can find it. It is very easy. All you have to do is pretty much follow step by step. It's called How to Add and Import Your VRoid VRM into Your Game. As long as your game accepts VRM, like Unreal Engine and a couple of other games, you can put any VRM, not just in VRChat, but in any game you want to, which I think is so cool. So from here, basically, we're gonna go back to the outfit. This is something, Galvin, that you asked about and is very important to you. You want to know how to make clothes for your VTuber. What exactly, clothes-wise, are you looking to make? Is it like pants and a shirt? Is it a jacket type of thing? It's always good for you to have an idea of what it is that you're actually trying to create. So we're gonna save this. I love these eyes, so we're gonna save these eyes. Recolor, because I'm probably gonna use a lot of these recolors. And we got the lightning bolts on our skin. We can do shading in the future, which I'll show you. Okay, because this one has no shading. We definitely want some shading. But this is a flat looking, 2D looking anime character as of right now. Now, we have a bunch of presets that you can start with, but you can basically make this into anything. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to make t-shirts, because t-shirts and jacket, okay, jacket can be a little bit more complicated if you're using things like zippers and such. But if you're gonna try to make a specific type of jacket, I strongly recommend going with what's called long coat. And I think it is this texture, if I'm not mistaken. And this one also works. I think this is long coat. So what you do basically from here, heavy jacket or a light jacket, that kind of matters in the texture wise. This one, here's one also. Trying to find, this one is a decent jacket to start with. This has a lot of layers to it, but we can still mess with this and make it into something. And I'll show you how. Jacket, okay. So all we'll have to do, let's go with gray starting because his hair is pink. will, or maybe this one. Generally, when I make a jacket, I do it with hoodie. But we're gonna start with this because this is actually new, and it's new from VRoid. It's actually just put into the game literally like a couple of days ago. So we're gonna edit this texture. This has 3 textures to it. One is the jacket texture, which is this, blazer open, blazer closed. One is the collar, which is up here. One is the long shirt, which is this shirt underneath, and it will show us if we click on it. Let's get rid of this. And there we go. And there's also the necktie. So you didn't say necktie, so what we're gonna do is hide this. We're not gonna have a necktie. Okay? Then there's the string tie, but we're not gonna have the string tie either. So we hide that. So all we want basically is this. If we didn't want the shirt, we can also get rid of that section. Here is the texture. And here is the bottom. So his skin is missing, and I'm gonna show you. Oh, not like this? Like Nike outfit? Okay. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. So we're gonna close without saving. And look for a tracksuit. You mean a tracksuit, right? Let's try something like this. Let me check what you said in chat. Hey, Trap Kid, good to see you. How are you? Like Nike sportswear? Okay, this. Okay, so let's say it was this. We would basically go with this, and we would change each part of this by doing edit texture. It's asking us, do we want to save temporary items? We don't, because we're going to edit this. So we're going to say start editing without saving and click here. And if we want to add a Nike, not that, because we could probably get in trouble for adding Nike, but let's say we wanted this to say specifically Nike, and we wanted to add the Nike logo, we can do that. The same way that we did everything else, the eyes, the hair, etc. All we have to do is add our logo to this. So what we're going to do is going to click on here to export this design, because we don't want to make this in VRoid. We want to use this for our own imaging program. In VRoid, it's very hard to do the drawing and things like that, so we're not going to do that. So here's jacket. Right, we're going to save it on the desktop, and there it goes. It's going to go to its special place on our desktop. Can you guys see Photoshop? I've just opened it. Good. Trap Kid, are you still having your YouTube channel with the music? I miss seeing that. So here I'm gonna make this a little bit wider, and so you guys can see it more. Okay. Now all we have to do is find the Nike logo. So to do that, I'm gonna just go online and look specifically under transparent Nike logo, because we don't want a Nike logo with a background. We want it to be transparent. And we're gonna just put that here. Oh, we don't want that. We want something that is truly transparent, and the Brave browser allows us to find those ones. So we're gonna look for those transparent ones. Okay, this one's not transparent. Nike, do we want the words? That's up to us to decide. Okay. For now, I'm just gonna save whatever, okay? Just so that I can show you. So I'm going to copy the image and I'm going to place it here. Then I'm gonna do a secret trick, which is I'm going to have this select the Nike logo so that I don't have to do it. Then I'm going to cut it and paste it and get rid of this silly ass background. So what we do is we just grab the Nike logo and put it up there. You see that, Galvin? It can basically, this is gonna be too big because I can already tell, but we're gonna make it small. You know, like the logo size. Okay. If I'm going too fast for you guys, just let me know. Because sometimes when I'm creating this, I just kind of go through it really quickly because I know how. And believe it or not, even though you guys are just starting, you're gonna be that way too. Eventually, you're gonna get faster and faster at this and be able to create whatever you want. So what we do is the same thing we did to the other one. We're going to check the size of this by exporting to PNG, putting it on our desktop as we did before, replacing the other file, and then just adding it in here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, I like to say. Okay, that is way too fucking high. So as you guys can see, it's too high. It needs to be down here. So all we do is we just, let me put here Nike logo because I like to be neat. Ah, I put nice logo, you know, because we don't want to say Nike, I guess. So we're just going to move it down. And maybe here. The way that I'm moving it is by using the arrow keys. So as long as I'm on this, it will only move the Nike logo and it will not move anything else. Let's put it here and then export again. Again, we don't change the name or anything. All we have to do is keep it the same. Now it's looking nice. You see, Galvin? Genial. Yes. I'm glad that you feel that way. Actually, Trap Kid also speaks Spanish, so you guys can speak to each other. So here, once you have it on there, if you wanted to put a logo on the back, you could. You guys haven't seen my new outfits coming out, but I've also put little logos on the pocket side. You can make the pants that way and also change the pants color. If we wanted this whole track jacket to be black and not blue, all we would have to do is work in our Photoshop window, which is here. And just as we did with the hair and the eyes, we would just underneath, above this layer, underneath the logo, we would add the color here. So we'll say, you know, black or whatever, and we'll tell it to fill up the whole thing with that foreground color, which is black. And now it's black, but we cannot have this. So we'll use the little clipping trick that I showed you guys. We'll mouse over just a teensy weensy right here in the middle, and then press Alt, and it will change to that. Then we click, and now it's black. But if it's this dark, we won't be able to see the cool stripes and things. So we're gonna use this to check and get our colors back. Let's go with, oh wow, oh, some of these are looking really cool. Ooh, look at this one. Let's go with this one, color. Okay, once we do this, all we have to do is the same thing we've been doing. Export as PNG, you know, jacket and whatever. Save it to our desktop. Go back to VRoid and import it into here. Easy peasy, right? You like that? I'm sure this is gonna excite you because you can make your own clothes. You don't have to have other people doing this for you. Pardon? Oh no, Chop Kid. I was telling Galvin that you also speak some Spanish. So right here, we have our tracksuit, which is now black. Started out blue, and we could always change it back just to see if we like it or not. It has the Nike logo, right? We got our pink hair. If we want to change these pants to the same thing, we do the same exact process. Now, notice here he's not wearing socks. We can go down to socks and we can add them. We can add them to him by coloring in whatever color we want. So what I would do is I would export this socks, right? Because we want him to have socks like everybody else. And all I would do is make these the same color as the other file that we use. So I just drag this into socks and boom. You see that? We'll change this to multiply because we want to still be able to see the other socks. Oops. Hey. Okay. But we have to do the clipping mask because we need the background to be white. Not white, transparent. And then we export as to PNG just like we did before. And we just put these black socks on him. Easy peasy. You see that? If we want his sneakers to be a different color, we can do that. Black is better? I agree. So we can go to the pants and same thing. Export them. Call them pants or whatever we want to call them, depending on what they're going to be. You can make them a different size, a different shape. All kinds of things are possible with this. And we'll open this one in Photoshop. Since we already did this to the jacket, we're going to just drag it over to the pants. And we're going to clip the thing by holding here. And boom, now he has black pants. Awesome trackers. Little tracksuit pants. Import. As I said, you can basically make anything you want to for this. We're gonna hide this. Actually, we don't need to hide this. We'll leave this. And then once we have his outfit, let's say we're happy with this, look what we go back to. Do you want to save this item before closing the editor? Yes, we do, because we just made a shirt, a pants, and the socks. We'd like to put that on our girl avatar or maybe a future VRChat avatar or whatever. So we say save as new item. Maybe we want to make an armor and import our VRM into our game. We can do that just by saving as new item as well. So we're gonna put that there. And let me move this so you can see a little bit better. Okay. Can you see there, Galvin? It's gonna go into not responding because it for some reason loves to do that to me. And then we would be going here. We're going to go to this picture camera thing so we could see if the hair is gonna be moving and how the hair is gonna be moving when we're talking to people, when we're dancing in game, or when we're jumping and fighting, right? So we're gonna go to pose and animation. And we're gonna see what does the hair do. Okay, so the hair is not moving very much. We may want to change that, right? Because we might not want that. We want his hair to move in a natural way. He says hi. Okay. He's fighting for us. He's going to be fighting. This is what he's going to look like when he's fighting. He's not moving with his hair. So we have to change this. We'll go and we'll click the X. We go back to the hairstyle, but now we don't go to custom or presets or anything. We go straight to edit texture. And if we look, oh wait, we're in base hair. No, we don't want this. No, we don't want base hair. We like base hair. We're keeping this as it is. Okay, we're gonna go to the back hair because that's the hair we really want to move most likely the most. So we're gonna go here where it says edit hair bounce. This is pretty self-explanatory. These colors determines where the hair is going to move and if the hair is going to move. So we have what's called bone groups. And all we want really is for this hair to move, this hair, and a little maybe teensy weensy bit of these edges. So we're gonna go here and it will tell us where is the point of where the hair starts to move. So the point where the hair starts to move probably shouldn't be that high up. So all we're gonna do is move it a teensy weensy bit down and make it less stiff. Okay, then we do the same thing for this side. Wait, Nani? Oh, okay, that's not the bone group. So this bone group, oops, is the one that we want to move. And look, it already is lower, so we want that, but we don't want it to be so stiff. So we change the stiffness. Maybe we might want this little hair to move. So we can select this from the front. And this one probably won't be moving that high up either. So we'll move it down a little bit and a little bit less stiffness. Right. Now we click on create bone group. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go back to the hairs. We're gonna create a bone group here. Is this helping you, Galvin, to figure out these? Okay, we're gonna go to X and save as new item because we are editing the bone groups. So if we wanted to go back to this, we would have to change this. But for now, we'll save as new item. And this time we're gonna rename that item so we don't get confused with the other items we have for the front and back hair. And we're pretty much done. This is gonna go into not responding because it's freaking annoying sometimes, but that's technology for you. And then this one we're gonna name something else. So this is back with bone group, right? Because we're testing out this bone group. And same thing with front. We're gonna go to there. Ooh, here's another important part that I noticed. Look, we didn't save him. He doesn't have a name. If we were to lose this file, we would lose almost all the work that we have already done. So note to self, you guys, definitely remember to save, okay? Let's save him as, what should we save him as? For now, let's save him as male model, right? Because he's the male model that I'm gonna be working with. For all the guy clothes that I'm about to start creating. So we're gonna say male model.vroid and we're gonna save it in avatars. It's very important. Let me change my screen. You guys need to see this. It's very, very important for you guys to make sure that you're saving your avatars in the right place. A lot of people don't talk about this, but it's very important. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to display capture for a second. Don't look at my private little things. And we're going to display my first monitor. Oh, okay. So here is the folder. This is basically how it works. When you import or install VRoid Studio, it's going to make a VRoid folder for you. In there is going to be another folder called avatars. You have to save it in there. Make sure that you don't save anywhere else because you will get confused, and the program basically reads the avatars from that folder. So in this case, we're going to save male model in here. And has to be a .vroid. We say yes, and now it will go into not responding, but when we come back it will have his name and we'll be able to find this model and not lose any of our work in the meantime. Yo, change the skin color. Okay, what color do you want the skin to be? What color are you going for? Does he have a specific skin that you originally were using or something like that? Or that you were thinking about? If we want to change the skin color, we have to change it in two places. Face, down here where it says skin. Okay, you do have to use the mouse to scroll, but skin will be here. And then these are the skins. Well, these are my female skins, don't worry about these, but these are the skins that basically we would be using. And you would be going here, which is the body. And the presets are here. And mainly his two skins are these ones because he has the pink hair at the back. What color skin were you thinking about? Oh, give me 1 second, you guys. I will be right back, and then I will show you how to export him and upload him to VRoid Hub, where you can download him as a VRM to be able to be used in any type of situation. Monota says hi. Hi, Monota. Welcome. You're just coming in time. We are about to start to export our VRoid model. Feel free to stick around. I'm gonna play you guys a song of mine really quick while I BRB and go to the bathroom. And yeah, stick around because there's a lot more that we can learn here. BRB.
happy place. Beauty's all around. We're all so happy fake. Oh God! It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Sucker. Fuck the listener. Fuck the listener. This is a happy town. This is a happy place. Sleigh bells ring here. We're all so happy fake. This is a happy town. This is a happy place. Beauty's all around. We're all so happy fake. Oh God! It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Sucker. Fuck the listener. Fuck the listener. This is a happy town. This is a happy place. Sleigh bells ring here. We're all so happy fake. This is a happy town. This is a happy place. Beauty's all around. We're all so happy fake. Oh God! It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Sucker. Fuck the listener. Fuck the listener. This is a happy
Okay.
town.
I'm back. Thank you. Thank you for liking this song, Lonnie. Hi, Jay. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you guys may or may not remember, oops, sorry about that. The elements that are the most important with the VRoid Studio, we've mainly gone over them, but there is, oh, giant poop time. Okay, so the thing about having a stream and then having to go to the bathroom is that you feel like you have to rush it out of there. Can anybody relate to this? When people are waiting for you and you have to do something and you want to make sure that you are giving them what they came for, but you're like in the middle. Just like a little poop turtles, little turtles coming out of your butt. It's pretty crazy. So that was me a couple minutes ago, thinking about you guys while I'm while I'm pushing it out. Okay, so for better or for worse, we're through the hardest parts, believe it or not. But there is one more thing that I wanted to show you, and that is how to use a texture that you get from Booth or from Coffee or from wherever. Even I think this applies to Blender textures, to add them to your VTuber. So I'm gonna show you guys that. I love it. I just chill. You love my song? Thank you so much. I would love to play it for you guys in its entirety sometime. Maybe perform it live. That would be so fun, I think. Okay, so what we will do is 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be getting something from Booth, and that's gonna be an outfit. Now if it's me, hypothetically, if it is me or not, there is a chance that it's gonna be girl clothes, but I have started making guy clothes and I will be continuing. So when you get textures like that from Booth or some other place, all you have to do is import the texture exactly like we did with these. You just have to make sure that the mesh is correct. So for instance, we have this. This is in the same mesh almost as the other one, as you can see. Only thing that's changed is the placement of these items. So all we would have to do, if we were gonna put another jacket, let's say, in there, or let's say if he wanted to wear pink and he wanted to wear the outfit that I just made, which I made these track jackets. They are called Boo Bubbles because this little ghost says fear me, and it is around bubbles. The back has little ghosts around the sides, and then I left it empty up here. So you can see them very lightly on the sides here, and then boo. You guys may or may not have seen this in my shop. Actually, I don't think you have seen this in my shop because I haven't started selling it yet. It's very good. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go for a bit. Keep up the good work. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it, Jay. Good to see you. I'm glad that you guys are just chilling. I'm really, really happy that that this became a wonderful thing. I thought it was only gonna be me and Galvin, but apparently we all having fun in this. So for instance, let's say if you got this. If you did, all you would have to do is go to edit texture. If you had downloaded this, let's say from my shop, and it was the same one, I also have made this in gray. All you would have to do is right click and then import wherever you save your texture or your outfit, and then it will show. This is Boo Bubbles in black. Fear me, he says. He's so adorable, right? This is Boo Bubbles in gray. So I made him in a bunch of colors actually for, you know, all sexes, non-binary, etc., everyone. But this has not gone to my shop yet, so I'm secretly showing you these ones. You guys are seeing them as a treat because normally I'm not showing these. Whoops, we deleted our body. Okay, so we hide this one and unhide this one. You see, you can just use these to change your outfit to whatever you want it to be. So if you get other ones from the links that I gave you guys earlier, whether it's skin or whether it's clothes, shoes, hairs, all kinds of different things, you can just import them in the exact same way that I showed you guys. So here is the track pants. I only made jackets, so I have jackets here, but it can basically be whatever. We'll hide this. See, I'm using the little eye and it hides. This one shows this one. If I use the little eye, it shows this one. And if I use the little eye, it shows this one. Then if we don't save this, we'll go back. We should be able to go to our custom. Over here is presets, but here is custom. And we'll get our Nike jacket back. We put our Nike jacket back on. You see that? Easy peasy. If you wanted to wear rings on your avatar, that would be done on the body where I put the hands before. As you can see here, he has the tattoo that we made for him. But if we wanted to have him wear a ring, we just go here to the body. These are the fingernails and the toenails. These are the fingers themselves and the toes. And these are the tops of the hands. If you want me to, Galvin, if it would help you, I can make a little list for you of what are the body parts that we see here. So this is the arm, the front of the arm, the front of the leg, the front of the arm, the torso, the tops of the feet. This is the neck area. I've made a bunch of chains recently, and they're not in my shop yet, but I will show them to you. If we remove this, we'll put on one of these chains that I have made. So this is how you would basically wear. Oftentimes you'll hear me say, I would love to see you wear my item. This is what I'm talking about. So you'll add a layer and you import it as you do with, as I said, any other ones. You will find the item or whatever it is, wherever you have saved it. Some people save their things in download. Some people save their things in desktop. I recommend saving in desktop. That's just me. But so let's say we wanted to have a silver chain with a good dollar sign. I just made these. As you can see here, this is the neck. And this is the front of the chest, right where the tattoo is. Do you see that there? I hope this helps you, this little step-by-step. If it has, please like this video. If you have any questions or want to give me any feedback, please put those in the comments. I really would appreciate it. And thank you so much for following me, Coco. Today, as well as Lonnie it too. I appreciate you guys following. Now we're gonna go to the last steps, which is we're not gonna save this necklace or anything. We'll take this off of him for now. His chain, his Cuban links chain, we're gonna remove. We're not gonna save this because we added a new item and we don't want to save that item. So we're going to close without saving. Again, as I said, only when you've been using VRoid Studio for a long time should you use overwrite. in the early times, it's better not to use overwrite. Okay. We can give him some eye highlights. I'm a fan of eye highlights. Maybe one of these presets would be nice. We can try them on him. He's using this right now, but this is what this one looks like. This is another nice one. I also have made some of these to sell and for free on my shop. I happen to like this one, but up to you guys. Whatever you want to use, definitely go with your own creativity and don't try to, live up to what other people want for your VTuber. VTubing is a place where you can find freedom and really be able to express yourself behind your avatar in a lot of ways, not just in on a stream or something like this, but also in your own games and games that you play. As I said, you can actually export this as a VRM using this, export as VRM, and put this avatar into VRChat or put it into your game. If you play Craftopia, if you play Valheim, if you play there's so many games that these can be in. I don't know all of them, but I know that there's a lot. Especially this format. .vrm is what you want to make sure that can be imported into your game. You can also 3D print this model if you want to, on a t-shirt or something else to wear in real life. If you love your VTuber, you can print your VTuber. And you can also upload it to VRoid Hub for other people to use, like in apps like Virtue or Reality and similar. If you make avatars such that you want to use them in those type of apps, just mobile on your phone, streaming or doing whatever, you can use this avatar for that too. There's so many uses for creating one's own avatar. And as I said, I used this base skin and the base hair, but as you've seen with my models, you don't have to. You can pretty much use anything you want. You can get inspired and create your own skins in all different colors. If you don't want to be a white skin and you want to have darker skin, you can have darker skin. If you don't want to use this hair texture, there's many hair textures that you can use. And all the parts of the model can be changed. As I said with Blender, if you do export to Blender or something like that, it is a learning curve. But with Unity or Unity SDK and VRM for Unity, you can easily use VRoid to Unity and upload to VRChat and be in VRChat with your avatar, with your creation. Let me think of what else I might be missing. What else is something that you guys are curious about doing with your VTuber or in terms of creating? Lonnie says, this is very helpful, thank you. I'm very glad that this is helping you, Lonnie. I'm so happy to hear that. And Galvin too, I hope you're still there. I heard you say change skin color, but then you didn't say anything else after, so I don't know what color you were going for or what color you wanted. But as I said, this is just a wonderful way for you to be able to create your own VTuber and use your VTuber immediately. Before we go through the exporting, I do want to touch on some of these. Wind is basically going to be the direction that the wind goes. So if you wanted to have a picture with your VTuber and the wind blowing through their hair, that is what this is for. But I highly recommend taking all of your pictures with anti-aliasing on high, and that's located here in post-processing. You can use these other ones, but 9 times out of 10 when I'm taking pictures of my VTuber, I use anti-aliasing on high, and it makes the picture look very good and not grainy or bad quality or low quality. Pic size is another thing that I use, and generally for things regarding my VTuber on social media, I usually use 600 by 600 unless it's a YouTube thumbnail or a TikTok thumbnail or well, mainly a TikTok thumbnail or a YouTube thumbnail. For those, I don't use that size. I do use the 1920 by 1080 or 1080 by 1920 depending. But for social media, this is perfect, and preset size should always be HD or 4K or full HD. As you can see, it tells you 1920 by 1080, 4K, etc., etc. 9 times out of 10, I will use full HD, HD, or 4K. So here, in facial expression, you can determine what direction their little eyes are going to be looking. It's pretty cool, huh? Or whether they blink. You can have him blinking, not blinking. And you can change, in order to do this, what I'm doing right now, you just hold down Shift and the mouse wheel up or down to zoom out, and Shift or the left mouse to move him around. So if we want him smiling or looking angry, we can make him look super angry and give him angry eyebrows. We can have him look happy, right? All kinds of different ways of expression are here on the right. Eyebrows, you can close his eyes, have one eye closed, not those, wink wink, both of them winky. The mouth can be in different shapes. That's E, U, E, right? This is very good for streaming mouth movements. He can have teeth in different areas and so on. And the poses which I showed you, this one is a fighting, punching one. This one's him being embarrassed, like, yo, I don't even know what my life is about right now, right? Or he can be deadly blows, can be kicking, amazing Eddie Gordo-like kick right there. We got this, yo. We got this, he's saying. Or you can pose him yourself. However you want him to look. Can do anything with him. So, we'll move on from here to the most important part, which is exporting to VRoid Hub or VRM. If you guys are using anything for your streaming, or if you're going to be a VTuber and you're going to be trying to stream, let me move this out of the way for now. Okay, now can you guys see him? He should look okay up there. Okay, when you're doing streaming, you want to have your VRM, you want to have your avatar as VRM, because most programs will accept VRM. Unless you're doing live 2D, which is a totally different process than this, and I'm happy to share with you other creators who specifically, I would say, pretty much mostly work in Live 2D, and they teach Live 2D as well. It is definitely a learning curve. If you think Blender is hard, Live 2D is probably just as hard. So what you do is you'll basically export and assign a personality for your avatar. You'll add your contact information, etc. And then when you press export, it will go to wherever you tell it to go. Normally, this place is avatars. I cannot stress this enough. If you do not put it to avatars, you may have difficulty finding it, as well as VRoid will have difficulty finding it as well. So then once you export it, you'll be able to use it in a program like for video tracking, or a face tracking, body tracking, for your actual streaming program. You'll be able to use it. As I have here, this is OBS. It looks a little bit confusing, and I can see why, but basically each of these functions in a very specific way, and that can be in a different video. If you guys are interested in learning about this, how I stream, what I use for when I am streaming, etc., I'm happy to teach it to you. So yeah, thank you everyone who has watched thus far. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat or in the comments. Yeah, and I hope that this was very informative for you and that you guys loved it. I appreciate you being here with me today, and I can't wait to see you guys for the next stream that we may have, and hopefully the next teaching that will be coming up, if there is another teaching. I'm not sure if when or what it will be, but yeah, it's gonna be great. Oh, I didn't mean to get out of that one. Okay. And I don't know if you are still with us, Galvin, but I hope that this really helped you too. You're the reason why this stream happened today. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and stick around for the next music that will be playing. My BGM, background music for exiting, is the Happy Fake song. So if you guys like that and want to hear more, stay tuned. The entire ending will be that song. And here we go.
This is a happy town. is a happy town. This is a happy place. Beauty's all around. We're all so happy, fake. Oh God! It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Everybody's coming. It's the happiest day. Everything is alright. It's the happiest day. Sucker. Fuck the listener. Fuck the listener. This is a happy town. This is a happy place. Sleigh bells ring here. We're all so happy, fake. This is a happy